I want to transition a little bit where something really unique that you guys started in 2011, I think before ahead of its time, where talking about going to where your people are, right? And some of that was, a lot of people are constantly pushing on the customer, right? Whereas you talk more about pulling people in. I think this goes back to your culture, right? This ripple effect and these connections that you're making. And so a lot of companies, I think, make the mistake on their social of, hey, they're talking just to their designers, to their business builders and that audience. Whereas you guys went the opposite way and you were pulling people in to Origami Al. So maybe tell us a little bit about that, the strategy behind that. And I think now a lot of people are trying to do that, but that's been, since day one, what you guys have done, right?
Yeah. So we had pre-launch in 2011 and our official launch January of 2012. And and we, from the very get-go, wanted to make sure that we were a company that was creating relationships with customers. So on social media, which was pretty new back then, honestly,
Right.
we presented value and content for our consumer when a lot of the industry at that time were really just talking to their field. And that, I think that was a bit unique. Looking back, I think of the influences, and you brought up Zappos. Our team flew up to Vegas and toured Zappos. We read, and for any of you who haven't read it, go and read it, Delivering Happiness by the late Tony Hsieh. That book came out, I believe, in 2010, and here we are launching in 2011. And so we really looked at that as really as a guiding light, if you will, of who we wanted to be. With that, what I would say is you don't make it about, it's not about us. It's not about Bella. It's not about Chrissy. It's not about the founders. It's not even about the product. It's really about the customers and what they need. So as far as our launches go and how we introduce new product collections, we look at the seasonality of where our customer is in her life. So where our designer is, where our customer is, what is she going through? We talk about, okay, it's August. What is happening? All right. So in a normal world, back to school is happening. What does she need? And then we look at how, as a company, we can help meet her needs and provide value to her life. I think sometimes we get on a rigid, we look at the product timeline or the pipeline of how things are coming through. And oftentimes we barrel down the same path we have in the past. But, stepping back and taking a look and saying, okay, where is our customer, he or she? What are they doing right now? And where can we provide value for their life? And that has been something that we have, woven through from the beginning. And I think it's served us well, because they also then in turn know, hey, wait a minute, this is about me. It's not necessarily about them. It's about what they can do for my life. They feel that.
Yeah, and I love that. That comes back to the intention part. And whether you're a direct sales company, like Origami Out, or our other viewers and listeners, you may have a health supplement, or it may be a service that you're offering. But this relates because going to where your customer is, where they're at, what they're experiencing, and it becomes about the customer. I think the industry has made a great shift in the past few years. And the great thing about your story is it was that way from day one. There's companies now that are saying, how do we create this customer journey and experience? But you guys have had that from the beginning.